Hey, this is Mark, and today I've got another iPhone 6 Plus that is not charging. Um, so these are almost 100% of the time tristar failure. So it's pretty straightforward repair. It's definitely something that anyone who's just getting into microsoldering should be doing. It's probably the easiest BGA job on any of the iPhones. And it's a problem that all of them are going to have. iPhone 7s are going to have this problem, 7 Plus. Basically, for the foreseeable future, anything with a lightning port is going to eventually have this problem once people start using crappy chargers with them, which I don't get it. People will go and spend $1,000 on a phone, but they don't want to spend the $20 to get the official, Apple cables. They just want to buy the $3 ones at the gas station and then ruin their $1,000 phone. I don't get it. All right. I think I probably mention this every time I do one of these, but in case this is your first time seeing it, these do tend to take longer to come off than other BGA chips. And it's just specifically TriStar in the 6 and 6 Plus. Just the place that they put it has a higher thermal mass. So there's no getting around it. I normally run my air a little hotter. Like for most stuff, I'll keep it at 350 or 360. But for this job, I'll turn it up to 370 or even 380 sometimes. Use those numbers at your own peril, because everybody always asks, what temperature do you use? And they don't realize that temperature is irrelevant unless you're using the same hot air station, the same tip, the same airflow, holding it the same distance from the board. So there's many more factors that go into whether or not you're delivering the proper temperature. Many more than just the number on your hot air station. So that's why I usually ignore those questions, because I can tell you the number I use, but it's not going to do you any good. I guess as a general rule, what I do when I'm working with a new station is I start at around 350. I'll start at 350 and then 80% of airflow. So if it's a digital station, I'll set it to 80%. If it's if it's got a knob, I'll set it to 8, or depending on the tip too, just however it feels with the air blowing out on my hand. I kind of, you get a feeling for how strong it should be blowing. And then you try on some practice boards, some donor boards, see what works, and then adjust your temperatures up and down as necessary. Usually starting at 350, either going down 10 degrees or up 10 degrees is really all I've got to do. Or if it's not a digital station, start at I usually around 8, and then do half a point up or half a point down as necessary. It's something I have to go through every time I go back up to New York for the classes, because there's like 4 different brands of hot air station up there that I've got to know how to use, and I only use them a few days every month, so basically got to go and relearn those stations every month. So yeah, this is taking longer than I want it to, just like always. If this was anywhere else on the board, it would have already settled itself into place. But this one spot just has a really high thermal mass for whatever reason. And I've noticed the more that I've been working on Samsung devices lately that the Apple boards in general just have a much higher thermal mass. I can run my hot air about 20 degrees cooler to do the same kind of BGA work on a Samsung board. There we go. That should be good. One of these days I will get another camera to point at my USB amp meters so I can show I'm not lying about whether or not something's charging. But until that day, you're just going to have to trust me. Or don't. I don't care. All right. So we're up to 600 milliamps, 800, 700, 800. So yeah, that's probably normal. I think this battery is pretty fully charged. We'll see. I'll let it boot up all the way. Come on. You can do it. Let's see. Yeah, 94%. So 800 milliamps at 94%. That's pretty normal. I would expect, if it was down at 80% or lower, I would expect to see, an amp to like 1.6 amps. So yeah, that's done. Guess I'll go ahead and keep recording while I put the shield back on. All right, that's it. All there is to it. Thanks for watching.